I hope I'm looking good. Cut.
Hey! Is this your phone?
Yeah,
I never saw you using it. Why don't you use it? Looks like it is a pretty good phone.
yeah, it is, but I use only iPhones, Apple.
A few moments later.
It feels good to hold. Nice screen. Fingerprint scanner as well. Let's try it.
Later.
This is Samsung Galaxy S21, flagship phone of year 2021 from Samsung and my most neglected device. So let's see how does it hold up in the year 2023. I always use two phones, one iPhone and one Android phone. iPhone being my primary phone and Android being my secondary phone. And for last 10 days, I've made this my primary phone. And after using this, I can upfrontly say this is the best smartphone of the year 2023 for most of us if you are not in the Apple ecosystem. I searched on Amazon if this phone is really available, and to my surprise the phone was available in the renewed form, which is of course a good buy at a price of 35,000 to 40,000. And I was surprised that a device like S21 is at a price of 35,000 to 40,000. If you're looking for a smartphone and that too Samsung with a budget of 40,000, then don't go for S21 FE or A54. Rather go for the renewed S21, the flagship phone of year 2021. The moment you hold this phone, this is a very light 170 gram phone which is easy to hold for any kind of hands, and you can feel the metal around it and a very smooth back. But once you knock it, you can feel it that it's not metal or glass. It is plastic. Finished in such a way that it doesn't feel plastic and feels very nice and premium to hold. Actually good for people who have butter fingers. If you even drop it, you won't regret. The camera module behind it is something that will grow on you gradually. And this is the only metal part at the back of this S21. I specially ordered this violet and gold combo. I just love this color. So there are three rear cameras. One is the main camera of 12 megapixel, second ultra wide camera which is also 12 megapixel, and a telephoto camera which is of 64 megapixel. The photo quality from this phone is pretty good. The thing I like most about this phone is the portrait mode. It just clicks awesome portraits, and Samsung has just nailed the portrait mode in this phone. And all the credit goes to this 64 megapixel telephoto camera. The video quality from this phone is pretty good, but it cannot be used as I use my iPhone for doing any kind of video. Currently also, I'm shooting from my iPhone. But if you keep aside all of these things, this is a pretty good camera for video shooting also, and it can shoot 4K 60 FPS as well as 8K 24 FPS. It clicks some good images in the dark as well. It has a good night mode camera, and the 10 megapixel selfie camera also gives a decent output. To justify all these images, a phone should have a good screen. And it has a very good screen. It's a 6.2 inch optimal dynamic AMOLED 2x display. It's an HD screen and not QHD or UHD. You might think why Samsung choose for 1080p in 2021? Well, at that time, either you can have 120Hz display or a QHD screen. So Samsung chose to go with 1080p screen, HD screen, and give 120Hz refresh rate. I personally feel they made a very right choice, because just that 120Hz makes things different rather a 1440p resolution screen. Most of us won't even figure out the difference between 1080p screen or a 1440p screen. It has a pinhole design for the selfie camera, and the screens at the corners are not at all curved. They are flat. One thing I really missed on iPhones is the Touch ID. And this phone has an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. That's what Samsung calls it, which works awesomely well. And ultrasonics make sure even if your hand is oily or your screen has scratches, this will work flawlessly. Consuming content is very good because the viewing angles are very good on this screen, and they really shows some nice colors. In India, S21 comes with Exynos 2100 2.9 GHz processor, and it's 8 core. It doesn't come like for the rest of world, which is Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chip. Though the performance of this Exynos chip is really good and is at par with the Snapdragon processor, I do a medium usage on the phones with no such heavy graphic intensive games or any kind of editing. For a normal usage, this is an awesome phone. It does have a decent battery of 4000 mAh, which gives you a healthy screen time of 4 to 5 hours, which means you can easily go through the day with one charge of this phone, and even after 2 years my battery has not much deteriorated and I'm still getting a good decent 4 to 5 hours of screen time. This is a way better phone than the FE version of this S21 with a better screen resolution and a better camera. Price of S21 FE Fan Edition and a renewed S21 are same at Amazon. So you should go definitely with the renewed S21. Even the price of Samsung A54 is very close to this S21. But it has a very bad processor if you compare with S21. And S21 is a flagship phone. So don't go with FE, don't go with A54, blindly go with the renewed S21. After using this phone for straight 10 days, I can say Samsung has come a long way. My last phone which I used was Note 9, which was also a very good phone, but every time it has been my secondary phone. But let me say this thing, that this can be my primary phone for more days to come, because I love this lightweight, the portability of this S21, and it comes with all the flagship features and specifications. The only thing that resists me to use any Android phone as my primary device is I am in the walled garden Apple ecosystem. Samsung has done a great job in making this S21 a lucrative phone in the year 2023, and I definitely say it is one of the best buys in the year 2023. Still confused? Let me know in the comment section and I will reply and try to resolve your confusion. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.